My God. Fucking ratones. Eating my fucking money. Carlos, this is a stupid fucking problem to have. But it is a problem, nonetheless. Rat fuckers. Rat fuckers.
Ain't it funny how even the worst of heathens try to get righteous when they think the Lord is about to tap them on the shoulder? Listen, if I wasn't so sick, I would give you one of these across your ugly lips. Who you calling ugly, sucker? I'm calling you ugly. I could stick your face in some dough and make some gorilla cookies.
Well, the Democrats' way of running this country is to go tell us all how we ought to make sacrifices. God, they're great on that stuff. But they're all going to have us over the hill to the poorhouse. We ain't going to be able to drive over there because we ain't got no gas. So we're going to have to walk it.
Well, the Reader's Digest says walking is very good for you.
Oh, ain't that lovely? The Reader's Digest can always put a little joy into poverty. Listen, my whole point is this whole thing with the energy and everything. This is all a conspiracy. No, you know that is a conspiracy there. Listen, for years, all our lives, they've been telling us to go out and buy stuff that use energy. You know, all electrical stuff. They got electric toasters, electric ovens, electric stove, electric stereo, electric TV, electric race, electric hair blower, electric knife, electric every damn thing. Not to mention the cars. And now, after all the big corporations there make the billions and billions of dollars worth of profits, signals, wham, they're changed. And after telling us for years that we can't live without this junk, now they tell us that we gotta live without it. The country is going straight into the dumper.
Twitter user @Wayne A. Schneider asked, which of you is more like Jesus? Trump, let's start with you.
I love the Bible. I've read the whole book. I love the Bible. Great book, incredible book. I love Corinthians. I love both of them. I think they're incredible. I love their leather. And I'll say this, I really do. I love it. And I'll say the Book of Job, incredible book. Incredible book. It's Jobs is in the Bible. Jobs is in the Bible. If our president wasn't reading the Quran, maybe he'd know that. But here's the point. Very important. Very important. Jesus, most boring part of the book. Are you kidding me? He's a very boring guy. They should have chopped him up into pieces. They should have chopped him up. Why did they crucify him? He came back like Voltron. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would be a way better Jesus. Way better Jesus. Way better Jesus.
All right. I will, based on the audience reaction, points to Mr. Trump on that. Senator Sanders?
Look, I'm not like Jesus at all. There's nothing in common. I'm far older than Jesus ever was. I don't know, maybe he would have run for, Emperor Rome or something if he'd lived as long as I did. But let me say this. I am not particularly religious. However, I do have a Holy Spirit-like effect on Vermonters and Vermont-like people. Wherever two or more Birkenstocks are gathered, I am in their midst.
All right, points now to Senator Sanders.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
I don't want to see that either.
I know you're right, okay? Nobody wants to see a naked grandma, but what are the chances of you breaking in the house and running up in your grandmama naked? Looking for the naked grandmama in the house, outside, in the woods, on the blanket.
Whoops. Well, we're going with it.
Don't look too closely, then I'll see right.
All right, kids, good morning. Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2020. This show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use at your own risk. The show is copyrighted by me, Freedom Revolution Network, and whatever. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent, or you can just ask. I really don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Finally, this show is opinionated under no circumstances whatsoever. Should opinions be taken as advice? If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a license if required. Wait a minute. I'm really flying through this. Man, okay, this show is opinionated. Sorry. The hosts, especially me, Melissa, callers, guests. I can throw the phone number up there, Melissa, if you don't mind. People that are naughty in the chat room. We have Pamela, the gatekeeper, that will cast you into the pits foul of ever and ever if you mess up and you're not nice. Are opinionated. Welcome to the crazy train. Oh boy. Yeah. Get into that in a minute. Are you talking about this? Or are you talking about our wonderful country and planet right now? Anyway, our opinionated under no circumstances whatsoever. Should opinions be taken as advice? If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a license if required. Person in his or her field, little Tommy. Hey, man. No, that's his name. Broadcasting live from what is now free Loveland, Colorado, whatever. Bless. Okay, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you on this wonderful Monday? Welcoming people in the chat room. Wandering America, of course, Pamela. Blessed. Who else is in there? Is that it? Blessed. We got blessed or blessed. That's my bad. Blessed. And that's it. So what's going on? What's going on, Melissa? Where are you? There you are.
Okay, I have 2 mute buttons and they're driving me nuts.
Well, got 2 more than I do.
But good morning.
Good morning. So, anyway, I have to get all this out here. My head's spinning. I'm going to be honest. So,
oh, you and me both, dude.
For a lot of reasons. Number 1, it's Monday. Number 2, it's early. And I have to be off by 7 a.m. because I have a job scheduled over here in Loveland. So I got to be out here at 7. We were supposed to have a interview this morning, but that person has taken a downturn with their health and issues, and Melissa can elaborate on that. And then we're going to have a interview tonight, which I'll let Melissa elaborate on that too. So there's a lot of things that have happened since Friday, since yesterday, actually. A lot of rumors, a lot of unconfirmed things, some confirmed things. And I guess we'll get into them. I don't really want to focus on negative stuff, but I really don't see a lot of positive in here. Do you, Melissa?
Not a whole lot. Other than we're all going to get a little vacation.
Well, yeah, that's what we keep hearing. So I don't know if that's true or not. My cousin went on a snowmobile trip, and I told very few people what I was hearing through the grapevine. And it's like, well, should I? I don't know if I should go or not. I said I'd go. I mean, you can't stop this from living your life and going to be snowmobiling outside. It's not you're going to keep your social distancing, which is nothing short of stay the fuck away from people. So in a nice way. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, I guess I'll start. But so first of all, once again, you're pecking. So who's in Facebook Live?
Oh, I'm still sharing this out.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Getting this out there. Okay, cool.
But
So
that was my last one. So.
no, that's okay. No, that's all right. Is there anybody in Facebook Live, or they all
Not yet.
head for the hills, or not a weekend, or whatever?
Well, usually Mondays were pretty slow. So
Yeah, we are. So first of all, without sounding too much of an asshole, I mean, we've been on top of this stuff. This network, I'm just gonna say. So if I say we, I'm gonna say all of us included. Raised the flag when this whole thing started in China,
yeah, we did. We've been covering it since January.
and we kept stressing the potential of how bad this could be, and of course, got some pretty negative feedback.
Oh yeah, we have.
Some
We're crazy.
Yeah, some I'm probably not even aware of. Some I really don't. I don't care. I'm just gonna say that I wish that we were wrong.
Oh, you and me both. This is one of those times that I really wish that I was wrong.
And you got Scarlett show, you got Ron show, you got all this stuff, and you can believe what you want, but people on this network actually care about things. And I think you get to a point, or at least I have, is that when you finally wake up and you see what's really happening, you can start, I don't want to say predicting, but you can see the momentum of where things are going. And that even makes you more batshit crazy.
Right.
Especially if you're female. That's a joke. But but it even makes you seem to be more crazy. And I know we've gotten comments in the chat room and blah, 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 blah. I would like to think the people in the chat room now, most of them are on the same page, or they kind of see or even feel it. But we called this from the first week it started happening. And over a month ago, I went out to the store and I got stuff like this kick-ass immune booster stuff, and I got some hand sanitizer, which I never have really bought in my life. All the stuff they kind of suggested that you get. And that was way over a month ago, probably 6 weeks ago. I don't even know. And I didn't do much about it. But then, not this past Friday night, but the last Friday night, how many cases are in Colorado now?
In Colorado, we now have 131.
So,
758 people have been tested. We are currently at a 17% positive rate.
That means 17% of come back positive? Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is pretty freaking high.
Yeah. The world stopped working. Well, we'll get into that, Pam, because I think that's
Oh, we got a lot to say about that part later on.
Yeah. But I'm reliving this whole scenario that people, because what we're gonna say,
I will forever. Sorry.
What we're gonna say or not say is probably gonna seem just as crazy. So, but again, I don't know if it's confirmed. I don't know, but we just have to share the rumors so you guys can absorb this, because if and when it happens. But so let's see, not this past Friday, the Friday before that, when the cases in Colorado were starting to get exponential in the single digits, I went shopping. So I did a lot of shopping, but I didn't hoard. I just bought enough for me to fill my freezer, and I didn't buy a whole box of freaking toilet paper or whatever. You know, just enough for me to have extra. And I went to the store this past weekend. I went to Safeway, I went to Sam's Club, I went to Walmart. Sam's Club has no meat at all. Maybe all they did have was some $35 ribeye steaks. The whole meat case in Safeway is cleaned out. Sam's also didn't have any butter, any milk. And I'm going out to verify this stuff, because I'm not just going to sit and read stuff on the internet or believe the news. So I just saw it, at least for my area. And sure enough, everything is just out. All those things I talked about. And I talked to some of the staff at Safeway, and people are, it's like Black Friday. That's what she said. This is like Black Friday.
Oh, it really is.
So here we go. And then now we got the social distancing from what I know. And this is off a Drudge Report.
And I love your cup, by the way.
Thank
Sorry, I had to say that. I just noticed it.
The state of Ohio. Well, that's the thing too. The churches are closed, but the state of Ohio and state of Illinois, my state I grew up in and left 2 years ago, closed all the restaurants from what I know. So if you're closing can I ask you a favor? Do you have a book or a magazine to put underneath that mic? Because
Oh, it's my coffee cup. Me moving my coffee cup around, making noise. There, I put it on a mouse pad. How's that?
Thank you. Because I have headphones on, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it's.
Oh no! No, I don't know what noise it makes. So.
It sounds like a little mini train, which we're gonna have one of those coming through soon. So let me see. I'm going
train mail.
That's it. Yeah, there you go. That's the Crazy Train from Freedom Information Network. Yeah, I turned on CNBC. The market's down already 1,200 points.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
The Fed lowered the rates to 0. I mean, I want to see multiple states ordered restaurants closed. There you go, right there. California, Ohio, Illinois, Massachusetts, Washington. Those 3 have closed all the restaurants. I'm not going to read the story. These are just the bylines or the headlines or whatever. Looks like banks are running out of money. I see that. There might be.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are running and grabbing their money in case banks close down so that they don't lose their money.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I want to get into at the limited time that we have. But the market's going down. Everything's going down. Oil's going down. Gold's going down. Bitcoin's dropped 50% in the past month. Here's my concern, though, because all that eventually will recover somehow, some way. What are we going to do when we can't work?
Well, okay, so that is a perfect lead-in.
It's because I'm a professional.
Hey, we're professionals here.
Yeah. When?
As we both start cracking up.
Whatever.
So yesterday I got a call early in the morning with a tip. And
stock tip?
Well, no, a virus tip.
I was gonna say, share it with me. Okay.
I got a call saying that the Federal Reserve was releasing $500 billion. And guess what? I posted it. And yesterday afternoon, Trump verified it. The Federal Reserve has released $500 billion and they're purchasing treasury bonds. And then there's another $200 billion that is going for mortgage-backed securities. So what that means is that they are getting ready to do the moratorium on rent and mortgages, which means that we will be protected from losing our homes through this. But it's an important factor that this is just to let everybody know that we have confidential sources and we are getting information and we are getting valid information. And we, no matter how crazy everybody thinks we are, the things that we have been saying since January, everything that we have said so far has come to fruition.
Seems that way.
And I don't, just like we were saying earlier, we don't like being right about this, but we have been. The person that we were supposed to have on today, Chris, he's a Facebook friend of mine that has been posting essentially the same types of things that we have been. And so he and I have been backing each other up in groups. He got verification of the exact same thing yesterday. So his information is also valid. However, yesterday afternoon, he suddenly started showing symptoms and he has gotten worse overnight. So we will have him on at some point. He just needs to start feeling a little better.
And who are we going to have on tonight?
Tonight, we are going to have Danny. She was diagnosed 2 days ago up in Glenwood. So she's actually one of our new cases.
Sitting around going stir crazy.
Pretty much. So we're gonna give her a little bit of an outlet to communicate with people and let people know what's going on with her, and just to be able to have like just flat out communication with people because she's locked up in quarantine. So.
Okay. All right. So do you wanna share what you're hearing allegedly, or because we don't want to scare anybody, but I mean, whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, nothing we say is for fear mongering. It's not being said to scare anyone. It is trying to get everybody to wake up, get prepared, because this is not going to be a fun ride. It's just not. We are looking at they are going to call it a shutdown, not a lockdown.
You are locked down. No, it's a lockdown, but we're calling it a shutdown just to fool you. No,
yeah, well, it's a calmer term. You know, it doesn't.
Sure, like social distancing, which means
right.
Just stay the fuck away from everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is coming.
Sorry.
My personal guess is it will come down today. Is my gut feeling.
Today.
That's my gut feeling. Obviously, that's not fact-based or anything like that. We did have, that was another piece of the information I got yesterday, is that it's most likely, the lockdown is most likely going to happen sometime this week. We didn't get a specific date. My gut is telling me today, but today as far as the announcement, but I kind of think it may be either Friday or next Monday. That's my guesses. That don't take that as word.
Wait a minute.
That's my guesses.
No, it's all going over Facebook, and I'm writing it down, and I'm telling you.
Y'all don't hold me to that.
This is what Mel said is going to happen. Well,
only hold me for it if I'm right.
Yeah, right. If I'm wrong, then someone else's fault.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, it's all guessing at this point, because until we get a leak of some hard information, we don't know. So,
well, the only way that's going to happen is when it's announced. So,
well, I mean, like I said, I got that information yesterday morning, posted on Facebook and Twitter, and then yesterday afternoon, Trump got on TV and confirmed it. So
he did.
It makes me a little paranoid about the information I'm getting, because it's getting proven right. So.
All right. Well, let's see what people have to say in the chat room. If they want to call in, that's fine. You can. Why don't you, if you don't mind, I'm going to go get a coffee refill. What do you think is going to happen from here? But I also want to talk about some more positive things. Like, people are concerned after a week, people are going to lose their shit being.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's calling.
Hey.
Either that or somebody.
I bet that's wandering. I'm starting to recognize phone numbers.
Someone's at the door. Someone's ringing the doorbell. Hello.
And by the way, morning, Gene Meter and Mean Gene.
There you go.
Good morning. Can you hear me all right?
Good morning.
Can't hear you at all. Who is this? Who is this?
Wandering American.
Good morning. I'm gonna get some coffee. You two girls start chatting for a second. I'll be okay.
I'm starting.
All right.
Wandering. I'm starting to recognize your number now.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not.
Me neither, honestly. I don't think I want anybody.
The reason I called, I have some important information to share. I watch, and I highly encourage other people to watch, Dr. John Campbell on YouTube. He normally does one update a day, but he did a special update approximately an hour ago. The reason for his update this morning was to go ahead and get out the word that there has been a French study on how different over-the-counter medicines are affecting people who have the virus.
I've heard some are not having a good reaction.
Not at all. The thing is, NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, naproxen, Advil, Motrin, cortisone, medicines like that, do not, it is extremely important, do not take this medicine to bring down your fever. If you want to reduce your fever, make it aspirin, acetaminophen, Tylenol. Nothing with anti-inflammatory components to it. It will aggravate the virus and make it worse.
I've been hearing the same thing, actually. Yeah, it's the anti-inflammatories that are causing the issue.
Yes, exactly. His name is Dr. John Campbell. He is a very common sense, down to earth, straight with the information that he gets as you can be. I would highly recommend that y'all look for him on YouTube. Another thing, the Stafford Act. It's the new directive for FEMA. It has updates from when Obama signed extra actions into law shortly before he left office. Please search the Stafford Act. Read it. You must familiarize yourself with what powers FEMA now has.
Oh, yeah. They're quite extensive.
It is imperative that you do that. They have greatly broadened FEMA's powers under the Stafford Act that Obama signed shortly before he left office. Familiarize yourself with it, because we will not have constitutional rights.
Wonderful.
And I needed to get that information out. Please share it with everyone that you know. We don't want to put anybody in unnecessary danger because they are ignorant of what's going on.
Are you saying right now, as of now, this minute, or in the future?
Today. I would highly recommend looking at it today if you are at work.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What you're saying now, is that in effect now? Or is that going to be effect in the future?
When he does the shutdown and FEMA takes over.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Got it.
When FEMA gets more involved, they're involved behind the scenes right now. But when FEMA becomes more active and more publicly involved, you need to know what the Stafford Act says to be able to protect yourself and your family, because you don't know. Please, I cannot stress it enough. Please read the Stafford Act and familiarize yourself with it. They can, I'm not saying that they will, but they can come into your house, take an inventory of your pantry, and take out what they want for redistribution. Oh, we'll just leave you this little bit. This is enough for what you have in your household. We need all this extra for other people who don't have.
Yep,
Please.
Wandering is dead on
Please.
correct. They will have the ability to confiscate. We literally lose all of our technical rights to our property.
Yes.
They could even come in and take our houses if they wanted. Now, mind you, that they most likely won't. But
I do
it's
know
the point
that they
the
have
possibility is
practiced.
there.
They have practiced this, kind of like Jade Helm. They have actually practiced and gone into people's homes without a warrant because they don't need it. And they will be armed. Please inform yourself. It is extremely important.
Very interesting.
With the way everything is going now, I've been doing a lot of research for a couple of years now, and I have obtained a lot of information that is now becoming relevant. And I could not stay silent about the Stafford Act, the new FEMA powers under Obama's administration shortly before he left office. And I wanted to get it out as soon as possible to everyone who would listen. Please share. Tell the people you care about. Tell the people you don't even like. Do not take NSAIDs like the ibuprofen and the Motrin and Advil. Don't take it to lower your fever. Use acetaminophen or Tylenol, anything that is not anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
If you would like the source on that, that is Dr. John Campbell. He's a United Kingdom nurse, and he does updates every day.
So what determines what determines their rationing limits to if and when they come into your place and decide what you keep and what they take?
They decide.
I know, but I understand that. But what requirements or limits or what determines that number? Because time has to be put into that number. So, do they know something we don't?
I would personally say that they do, yes. But they do not have to give a reason. All they do is show up armed and say, we have the right to do this. And if you are not aware of what they can and cannot do, then you are simply opening yourself up to abuse. If you don't understand what they can do, you might get shot because you did not know that they are allowed to do that.
Yeah, I get all that. I'm way ahead of the curve, and I understand what you're saying for people that don't. They need to wake the fuck up is what they need to do. But
Pretty much.
Yes.
If they come knocking on your door and they got AR-15s or AR-14s, as Joe Biden calls them, and knock on your door and want to take your stuff, you know, it's just like law enforcement. Just comply, don't fight. You're not going to win. Let them do what they're going to want to do, and let them move on. But I'm more curious is what are they going to determine? You know that they're going to take, because man, that
is one thing that they don't tell us about. It can be and it will be whatever they decide they need. And it also includes, and a lot of people are not aware of this, the Stafford Act also includes being able to conscript civilian workers, which means they can go to the doctor's office and pull your doctor out of his office and say, you can no longer work here. We need you over here. It includes coming up to your house and saying, we need all of the healthy males in your house to come and work, and you cannot say no.
What? I got a show to do.
It is included in the Stafford Act. Please read it.
And I put a link to the Stafford Act in a couple of our chats out there, just so people have
Beautiful.
access to it.
Beautiful.
What was that?
Really?
Is that a burp?
That was my son.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Here. Did you hear that?
All right. So that's what I had to say this morning. I will turn it back over to y'all.
And get ready for visitors, because I'm coming. So.
Come on, there's plenty of room here, but I'm gonna put you on a 3-week lockdown before you can get close to me.
All right. Well, yeah, no kidding. Well, thanks a lot, Wandering. I mean, that's you're really informed and on the tip of the spear. And some people that, again, are listening to this crap because you're kind of shocking me. I never looked into that too much in the FEMA camps.
Oh, it's scary. It is really scary. The whiteness
yes,
of their
it is extremely scary. And like I said, please, I cannot stress it enough. Familiarize yourself with it so you do not unnecessarily put yourself or your family in danger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would just say whatever
right.
whatever they want to do, let them do it and comply and tell them, and I'm sure they'll move on because you'll give them a reason not to. So
yeah.
Yes, I see that Pamela put in the chat there to start hiding your stash. Definitely, at least half of it, if not 3/4 of it. Put some that might be in a fairly easy place for them to find, so that they may think, okay, well, this is all that they have put away. But find a better hiding spot. Even bury it in your yard and put some plants over the top of it with some mulch so they can't see that it's a newly dug area. Hide some of your supplies so that they do not wipe you out if and when they come knocking on your door, or your family's going to be short.
Which hopefully that's something that won't, things like that are pretty extreme. But we've also never been in a situation like this, so it's something to definitely keep in mind.
is this because
Definitely, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. Please protect your families. Inform yourself.
Is this because everybody hoarded the toilet paper and it pissed off the government? Is that why they're doing this?
It's the great toilet paper revolution.
Yeah.
Well, another point that my group kicks around is they're buying up all the toilet paper, but not the food. You're not going to need the toilet paper if you don't have the food.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I know. I don't get it. All right. Well, hey.
All right. So it was nice talking to y'all. I will see you later and finish watching the show.
Okay, thanks.
We love you, Wandering.
All right. Y'all have a great day.
Well, we just went deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yep. I would like to take an opportunity to announce something.
No.
We have started the coronavirus dollar bomb. To get to it, all you have to do is just go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com. It's in a big banner across the top in red. We are doing the dollar bomb for a dual purpose. Number one, to pay our bills during this, keep us live and online. I have contacted the companies that we work with to see if they will give us our services for free during all of this and until it's over, so that we don't have to worry about those fees. But the second purpose is so that we can, as a network, help those who are in need right now and through this whole thing. There's all kinds of places we can purchase supplies online and have them sent directly to people's houses. For instance, Dollar Tree online, we can order a case of toilet paper, which is 48 rolls, and we can have it sent directly to somebody's house. So all the money that goes into the Dollar Bomb will be going to not only, help us keep everybody informed and be available, but also it will help us be able to help people who are in need, like now. We are also, once we get locked down, we're planning on expanding the amount of time that we are actually live and online for all kinds of reasons. And, our goal at this point is to have somebody on pretty much all day long.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So we'll have something to do.
Yeah, we will have something to do, but that's a good thing besides people listening to us. So I'll just share how long I think this is going to be. It's going to be a minimum of 2 weeks, if it happens, a minimum of 2 weeks to probably 4 weeks.
Yeah, my guess is probably 4 to 6 weeks is what it's going to end up being.
So,
if not a little bit longer.
What, besides listening to this show and everything on Freedom Revolution Network, what are people going to do? Because I really think they should start thinking that. Because you know what I started doing? I started organizing my 1-bedroom apartment, which is just me. Started cleaning the hell out of it. Dusting, waxing, blah, 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 blah. And organize my movies. And I'm going to do this all week or however long it takes. Set up my music stuff. I'm just going to entertain and educate myself and just have fun doing things that I would do if I had the time.
Right.
So I think if people put it that way and don't have your head in the TV's nothing but just a bunch. They're starting to actually fight with each other. I'm watching CNBC, and the news commentators or the hosts or whatever the shows are actually starting to argue with people that they're interviewing because they're getting gobbledygook from them.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know, and I don't know, and and I don't know, and they won't answer the questions directly. I watched a debate last night. I don't want to get into politics, but that was entertaining, and really neither one of them, Biden or Sanders, answered anything directly. But
I did end up watching it for a little bit last night, and it was rather entertaining.
That's why I told you when I text you, I go, man, they're ready to duke it out, man.
They really were.
Yeah, I liked it. It was kind of entertaining for me, but
I'm not into boxing and stuff, but boy, I was waiting for one of them to throw down.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. It would be. I think Biden would win, but still.
Old man fights.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just sitting there fighting fighting over each other with did you say this? Did you say, oh, go on YouTube and I tell you, whatever Sanders is saying. I gotta learn how to do his voice because he's pretty much calling Biden a liar. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like real.
Many times over.
Yeah. I gave him like 3-4 times and like.
And I gotta say it, whether you like Bernie or not, watching him is so friggin' awesome because he's just so emotional and the arms and the hands are constantly going.
Yep. He's very passionate, and I'll be perfectly honest. Everything he's saying, it can't work, but he makes sense. So I could see young people. Did you see the hashtag for supposedly from millennials and people that are younger, whatever, that this virus is supposed to take out the baby boomers?
Oh yeah. Well, and I'm not going to get into all the conspiracy theories right now.
Yeah.
Because that's like a 3-hour show all on its own.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
But there's a lot of conspiracy theories flying around.
Yeah. Well, the scary part was that, like, they were happy about it to wipe out the baby boomers. And I'm like, how could you even, the one term I didn't like they were throwing around, if you want to enforce immigration laws, you're a xenophobia or xenophobic or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what would you call putting a hashtag out there that you allegedly want people to die in a certain generational group, the baby boomers, from this thing? What's that?
Which, I mean, if you think about it, what better way to ease stress on economies than getting rid of all the old people?
Well, I get all of that, but for
Yeah.
that's the government.
Yeah.
perspective.
No, I know you're talking about the term they use, though.
Yeah.
What was it, like boomer removers or something
But
like
that's
that?
it. Boomer. Yeah, hashtag boomer remover. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, y'all, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you like. I don't care who you hate. Be nice to each other through this. That boomer remover, that is so sick.
I did my homework on Gen X and baby boomer, and it's still 64, so I could go either way.
Yeah, see, I'm 1970, so I'm definitely a Gen Xer,
Yeah.
but I'm also on that cusp,
Yeah, but
And
I'm
it's-
right on it because the
yeah.
final year was 64, and the new Generation X was 64, so I could pick and choose whatever the fuck I want. But it's still scary though because I'm looking at it, and I mean I'm middle age. I'm 56. I'm not 76. I'm not 86 or whatever. But to put that type of thinking out, well, let's just get rid of the quote unquote old people.
Yeah.
The baby boomers have been the hardest working generation, in my opinion, ever. And what you dumb fuckers don't get is that the reason why you have a better life is because of what we did. And I'm sorry, or they did. I mean, I could, depending on the situation, I might include myself in it and I might not. But because I'm not that old, so I won't. But as far as busting my ass to make this place a better world, I will include myself in it. So you
Well,
need
see,
to
I include myself in that as a Gen Xer. People say Gen Xers are all lazy and apathetic. Some are, but some of us are actually quite driven.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not or we're not. What I'm saying is that these people busted their ass and
Oh,
fought
yeah.
wars and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
to make it a better world for their kids and everybody else that we're getting it. Don't confuse what people have done by generation and the negative consequence for generations coming up. You can look at the government for that one. In big business and corporations, all we did was follow the rules and bust our ass. So.
Right.
If they're going to be an expense now, and it's let's just get rid of them, and they're going to die anyway. Good riddance. That's just horrible. I saw that, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
Well, and I mean, what the hell happened to respecting our elders and being thankful for our elders and listening to our elders' stories so that we know history? What happened to all that?
You know what?
I'm sorry, it really pisses me off with that kind of stuff. It really does.
I don't think it's ever going to be. It ever has been. The only people that respect their elders is if they're their family, their grandma, their great grandma, whatever. I'm not painting a blanket saying everybody's like that, but you get to a certain point in this country, and you're just discarded and just thrown in an old folks' home waiting to die.
You really are.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
it's
the reality.
ridiculous.
I've seen it. I've worked in them, and I go on them, and I really don't want to go on them. Especially
That's one of those topics I get a little wound up about because
you should.
Our elders are everything. Our ancestors are everything. They are what we are. They are why we are who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, but to see that is just that'd be like that'd be like me posting hashtag kill all the newborns or bye bye newborns or whatever. We don't need more people sucking off the system. I mean, I can't even comprehend that type of thinking. It just it's surreal to me. Of all the shit that's going on, and you got somebody posting what's it called? Boomer remover.
Yeah.
Remover. I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It is, but it is what it is, and it just shows the mentality and then the division more. All this horseshit of racism and xenophobia and blah 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 blah. It's one thing Biden was saying though that I found interesting is he kept calling China communist and all these countries communist, and I'm thinking, okay, then why did you guys pass legislation to do business with them, you stupid ass? And not just him. All of them. This isn't a political thing. This isn't a party thing. Not the Democrats. All of them. Why did you guys vote to deal and put our future in the hands of a communistic country with our supply chain? Why did you do that?
I can't answer it.
Yeah, they can't either, because not in a million years would have they have thought this. And I've heard more and more that we have to treat this like an act of war or a time of war. And that's the only thing I could come up plausible would be, well, we're dealing with these people and they're going to have us by the balls if we go to war. But I never thought in a million years that this coronavirus would cause this. And I don't think they did either. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, I have my theories, and we should have a show at some point where we talk about the various conspiracy theories, but we need a whole lot more time than you having to get off at 7.
I think we're going to have plenty of time to talk about it.
Right? We'll have some 3 and 4 hour shows here pretty soon.
Well, we've had the 3.5, so I mean 4 would be fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm in. I'd love to do it. I'd love to take more time and focus on this stuff. But
I would too.
I really, besides conspiracy things and FEMA and people coming and martial law and all that, we got to focus a little bit on the positive too. In getting through this and looking forward and how people are going to do it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an outrovert or whatever you call it, not an introvert, and I'm going to just go fucking batshit crazy if I got to sit here for a month.
I am an extroverted introvert, is what it's called. I around the right people, I'm very, very extroverted. But in general, I'm very introverted. And obviously, I have agoraphobia, which we've talked about. Yep. And so me staying in my house, I'm freaking good, man. Now I know for the next little bit, ain't nobody gonna make me leave my house.
Yeah, well, there you go. Do you see what Lisa just said?
No.
Read what Lisa just posted. Lisa says, I was on a plane and it was time to disembark.
That is not okay.
A young male said to the older woman next to him, I can't wait till your generation dies so we can make this a better world. I was so shocked. See? What type of thinking can a compassionate human being have to say that to somebody?
That's not
What
okay.
in the fuck? I'm sorry, you can complain all you want. What in the fuck is wrong with that person? You really think you're going to make this? You know what's funny? I'm going to share this. When I was growing up and I was a kid and I noticed how things were all messed up. And I'm like, boy, I said to myself, I can't wait till when we get older and I met my friends in generation where we can make this place a better world.
Yeah.
It's more fucked up than it's ever been.
Right?
So if you think you're ignorant and stupid and arrogant enough to think that you're going to make this place a better world, you are sadly mistaken.
Which, I mean, I will say that I hope that in the next few generations that they do make it a better world, but it's going to take a whole lot of work. And who knows, maybe this whole coronavirus thing is that reset button for us.
It could be. But the only way you're going to make it a better world is if you make yourself a better person.
Well, yeah.
So,
and acting like that, saying you can't wait till a generation dies off, that is not a good person, people.
No. And that person right there is not going to make this place a better world.
No.
So, and you're not going to change other people to make it a better world. You got to change yourself to make this place a better world. And then it will become a better world. But if you have your head in that TV and listening to all these assholes, and I don't care who it is, and then all the elected servants and employees that we have that are supposed to be representing us, and let them do what they want to do and lie to us and manipulate us, it's not going to get any better.
Mm-mm.
So that I do know, being 56 years old. So, but that is just an awful thing to say to a human being.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, I know we're cutting close to time here. I want to get out the current stats so we know where we're at this morning.
Okay.
3,802 total cases. 69 deaths. However, our total recovered is finally creeping past our deaths. So we're now at 73 recovered.
Well, good. All right. Well, my opinion is this, not to scare people. I think this thing's just beginning. I think the stock market, I'm going to pull up CNBC. I can go over a little bit, but I can't go much. CNBC.com.
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to do a reminder about our coronavirus dollar bomb.
Yep.
It will help us stay live during all of this, and it will help us build up a kitty so that we can get supplies to people who need them virtually. It will allow us to order things and have things shipped straight to people's doors so that they are not in danger.
Cool.
So please help us build that kitty up so that we can help people.
Yeah, the market's down 10,041 points. I think they've...
What?
Yep, they froze trading, I think.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Nope. I think another breaker popped in. I don't know yet. So
At 10,000?
it went down 1,041 points.
Okay, you said 10,000.
Well, I probably scared the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, you did, dude.
1,000.
Holy cow.
1,000. 1,000. It's at the Dow's at 21,798. So, and it stopped. I think they popped in again. But my opinion is this, and this is what I see by my gut, and I've been watching all this crap since 2008. It's just beginning, and better hang on for a rough ride. The supply chain is going to be compromised for quite a while. You're already seeing it in the stores. People are hoarding food or stocking up or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that's going to be able to get caught up on, because now we're in the rears. And then if we get locked down or whatever you want to call it, people ain't going to be able to work, which is going to affect the supply chain even more. So you better get ready to get holed up for 2 to 4 weeks minimum and find a hobby and do something. But I would start mentally preparing for that now, because a lot of people can't be quote unquote alone or live by themselves. They're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I've already saw stories on it, the psychological damage that can happen to people being isolated. It's like solitary confinement.
Oh, it's horrible.
Really nothing positive about that. It's one of the most horrible things you can do to punish a human being or put him through that.
That's why I worry about you being by yourself out there.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm more concerned about other people. I haven't made my decision yet what I'm going to do. Trust me. I've been through the isolation part and being alone and walking in circles and going, where's my dog? Where's my family? Where's my business? Where the fuck is everybody? I've been through it.
And that's part of the reason why we're going to be really expanding the amount of time that we have live hosts on air. Mm-hmm. So that way people can have that outside contact and that outside communication. And we can have multiple people on at once. So we can have little round tables and, get people some interaction.
Well, the issue is, and someone brought this up, what about the bandwidth of the internet? Or during times of whatever they're going to declare, are they going to shut down the internet? Because I think virtual whatever through the internet is going to be a lot of people's escape to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is actually a big concern for a lot of people. Because number one, we now have all the schools going virtual. So that means we're going to have all these kids online for school.
Yep.
We're going to have everybody bored to tears. So what are they going to do? They're going to be on the internet.
Yep.
They're going to be streaming things. We are looking at probably the first time ever that we may have an internet crash. There's really no telling what's going to happen yet.
Right.
Whether we're going to whether our systems are going to be able to handle it or not.
Right.
That's another piece of various conspiracy theories as well. All we can do is hope that the internet stays stable, and we as a network will be on as much as possible. So there is that. But, I know we're running out of time. I just want to say, look out for your neighbors. Check on your neighbors. Check on older people. Make sure that
Nah,
they
fuck
are
'em.
okay.
Let them die. Fuck them. Let them die. We don't need them anymore.
You're such an ass. But seriously, it's some people have more limited abilities than others, and be that good person and check on them. And if they are needing things and you can't help them, see if you can find others who can. We have to stick together through this mess.
Yeah, we do. And this divisional crap, now it's, it went from income inequality from the meltdown and then to the racist crap. And then I think part of religion or quote unquote holy war. Now it's going to be an age war. It's going to be a generational age war. And who decides who's going to live and decides to live to make this place a better world? You know what? The only way you're going to make this a better world, age has nothing to do with it. And actually, our elders have more wisdom and knowledge than you young people, dumbasses.
Exactly.
Okay? And I'm 56 and I pretend I know everything and I don't know jack shit. Okay? And the people that I learn stuff from, besides looking inward and learning about myself, have been from older people.
Yep.
So you better think twice before just throwing these people away, because they probably have the answers to get through this stuff. They've been through a lot, more than we've been.
We lose our elders, then we're going to be slipping further into idiocracy, personally, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think we should just kill them all. It's going to be a better world. Yeah, okay. Well, you keep thinking.
And what are your feelings with Gatorade?
Yeah, right. Brano. I think it's called Brano.
Brano, yeah.
Shit,
now I'm going to have to watch that damn movie today.
Well, I'm making another new little thingy intro thing, and some lines from Idiocracy is going to be.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I ran out of time, believe it or not, because I was running around and deciding what to do, if I'm going to bug out, if I'm going to stay, cleaning my place, going to the store 5 freaking times, blah, 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 blah. Because I can't, I tried staying in all day yesterday, and I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. So I went for a motorcycle ride and went to a couple stores and blah, blah. And I went to the malls and, I want to share this. There's a hotel over here in Loveland by the mall, and there was one car in the entire parking lot, which was probably the only employee running the joint.
Wow. Hey, so before I lose my my lead into it, do you I know you don't listen to a lot of hard stuff or like punky stuff.
Nope.
Have you ever listened to NoFX?
No.
Okay. Look on YouTube. Look up The Idiots Are Taking Over by NoFX, and make sure you do the one that has the lyrics, because you probably won't understand them if you just listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
You might, but most people probably wouldn't. They don't have a good enough ear for it. But look up The Idiots Are Taking Over by NoFX.
All right, I'll check
it will make you crack up.
All right, I'll check it out. And one thing's for sure, I'm going to be a way better guitar player, because I'm going to be playing the hell out of that thing if I'm going to be sitting here for a month. So
Stephen took his guitar to work yesterday morning.
Yeah, I did that when I was going through my not my pre-divorce. I would take my little Yamaha amp and my Stratocaster I bought for $500 because at that time that was cheap for me. And I would play in. I actually wrote a song. Not wrote a song, but came up with the song by noodling around. And that's a really good idea, actually. He's pretty smart. So, all right, kids, I got to go to work before I get fired or fucking whatever. So sorry. Everybody hang in there. I'm going to work while I can. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. So say goodbye to each other in the chat room. I don't want to be mean and cut you off, but I have to go, and we will be back later tonight at 8:00 Mountain Time for our interview. And then, all I can say is just keep your calm, comply, do what you got to do. And we'll talk about this more and more. Who knows what's going to happen, but it's just going to have a little bit of faith in your character's going to be tested.
Big time.
But don't
Be
go
be
around-
that good person.
Yeah, but don't go around saying a certain group of people should die.
No.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with you people? I'm really,
No.
really disappointed in that. I really am.
This is the time to be showing your heart and living by love and helping each other and coming together as communities.
And compassion and whatever you believe in, your higher power, the Lord Jesus Christ, whatever, Allah, not Allah, well, Allah, I don't care if you want, but, whatever, Buddha, whatever you are. But I would encourage people, virtual online services are going to go through the roof, and find yourself a nice church if you don't have one, and sit there. And Joel Osteen, I like him. He's always on YouTube.
Oh, I don't like him.
Well, I'm not saying you do. I'm just giving a suggestion.
Which, speaking of Sunday shows and religion and stuff, Ron has already started his show Sundays at 10 o'clock Mountain Time.
Yeah.
And I know we have one other host. Dwayne is going to be starting another Sunday show. And I am currently looking for hosts for all different religions so that on our weekends we can stack the shows with various religious beliefs so that everybody has a place to come to gather and to pray, to do your spiritual things.
You know who I think you should hire for that?
Hmm.
Ahmed the Terrorist.
Oh, right. Yes.
That'd be a great show.
Hey, I wonder if we could get a hold of him.
I don't know. You can always try. I don't see why not.
Never hurts to try.
No, I don't see why you wouldn't at least consider it. I'd listen to it. It'd be great.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Silence and kill all of you. Okay. All of you shall die. Whatever. Maybe I'll do it. Fucking Jesus, that's all I need.
Oh, I can see you doing a whole show in that voice. That would be hilarious.
I'd have to work. Yeah, I'd have to work on it. But there's so much. Yeah, I would just have to work on it. I wouldn't mind doing it. Getting into Ahmed's mind would be definitely a challenge. But whatever. A jalapeno and a steak. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, we gotta laugh. So, and maybe that'd be fun.
Oh, we
period.
definitely do.
Who knows? I mean, call Ahmed and talk about religion. So, because
Hey, maybe you can do the voice and I'll interview Ahmed.
There you go. Yeah. That might have to be scripted because
Yes, it would have to be.
Yeah, thinking out of his head, just talking reactionary would be, like I said, challenging.
We may have to work on some things like that. Since you do good voices, I mean.
We got to. I mean, I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to do this for fun, but the world's not cooperating. So,
Well, no.
I mean,
But we can always add stuff like that. So
yeah, why not? We might as well. We're gonna make people laugh. I like making people laugh. I really do.
we're gonna be bored for the next few weeks anyway.
Might as well play with it. Hey, and then I'm gonna go for sure. But there's gonna be a lot of innovation and a great opportunity for entrepreneurs and people to do something. I saw on the news some woman, some college kid said, you know what? I'm going to start a delivery service for groceries for elderly people because they can't get out. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a great opportunity for people like we were talking to Jason about. You're going to get an opportunity to start your own business. And I'm going to say this too, if I get fired, which I may, because this is going to affect my business. I just may go down that road again myself. I might be forced to. So.
Hey, and I'll throw this out there. If anybody wants to start an online business, get a hold of me. You can reach me through the contact page on Freedom Revolution Network. Those come to me, and I'll help you out. I've been building online businesses for over 20 years.
There you go.
And I'm going to be making coronavirus specials. So hit me up if you're thinking about using this time to start your own business. Hit me up.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna go. I got to get out of here. I really got to go. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks everybody in the chat room, and say good night, Gracie, and we'll see you tonight.
Good night, Gracie.
All right, guys, have a great day and hang in there and just chill. All right, I'll be back tonight. You've been listening to the original Red Pill Show. Have a great day. Bye.